All right, I'm going to walk through communicating on RDT. And the first thing that you're going to want to do is if you see the top menu spilling over to a second row or our quick action menu spilling over to a second row, you're going to want to zoom out until you get both of these on the same row. You might even want to zoom out a little bit further. You'll see I've got a lot more real estate. Depending on your screen resolution, you may need to adjust the zoom in or out just to create the best experience. So I'm over here in the inbox, and on the left side, you'll see a list of all of your conversations over here. Clicked on this contact right here. You can see the communication with that contact in the center window. And on the right side, you're going to see information about that contact. Now, I only have a phone number for this contact. And so I only have SMS as one availability, or I can make a phone call through the computer right here. If I click on another contact where I have additional information, then I can see that I can email this contact. They've communicated on Facebook Messenger. You'll also have Facebook Messenger or Google My Business or Instagram. To send an SMS, you would click this blue box down in the bottom, and you can type your SMS into here. Right, there's an SMS going off, right? And so the SMS will send, and it'll show up as an outbound based on the user that sent the message. In the communications over here, you can click these three little dots, and you can click details and see more information about that communication. If you want to send an email, same thing, you would send email, type your subject, and then push send. You can also use all of the templates for both SMS and email that you may have saved on your account or that the account came set up with. If I want to make a phone call, I would click this button, and the dialer is going to load up in the top right. You'll see that it's going to make a phone call. You can hang up, you can transfer, you can mute. The phone call will also show up in the conversation. If you're done with the dialer, you can click that to close it. The last thing I want to mention about the conversations is that they are either read or marked as unread. I can tell that all three of these conversations are marked as read because there's no little orange unread box here. If I mark this as unread, you're now going to see a little orange box, which indicates, even though I'm in the all list here, that conversation is unread, and you'll find that conversation here. Conversations will stay in the inbox unread until they are either responded to or marked as read, which can be done right here. To get into the detailed contact view, you click any icon of the contact, and now it will load up that detailed contact. You have all the contact info on the left over here, including general information, additional information, which is all of our custom fields. On this one, you can hit hide empty fields. And again, you can send an SMS with this blue box down at the bottom, or you can make a phone call with this box up here. You can also interact with all of the quick action bars, add tasks, notes, and book appointments with that contact over here. The third place that you're going to communicate with contacts is from the contact smart list. Within the smart list, you can save different filters, and those should be set up, like for example, our follow-up list. You can select contacts and perform bulk actions, such as sending a bulk SMS. This will load up the bulk menu here. You always have to leave a description. You can type a text message and either send at once or send it out in drip mode. Same thing is for sending emails, or you can add contacts in bulk to a workflow, which would be a series of communication with that lead. If you want to get into any contacts from a smart list, you can click their icon. Once you've done this, it will load up that contact, and up here you can see you can actually filter through the contacts that you've selected or the list that you've selected and view them one by one. The final place that you're going to interact and communicate on the desktop is through the dialer. If you've queued up leads through a manual call campaign, you click the dialer and you'll see those calls here. You can filter for workflows and the person assigned. And when you're ready to make a phone call, you hit Let's Start. The system's going to load up the first contact. As you can see, it's going to initiate an outbound call to that lead. Once you're done with that communication, a pop-up box will show, and you can select the disposition for how that call went. After you've selected that disposition, you'll notice that there's a next lead button over here, so I can push this to go immediately to the next lead, or I can pause this if I need more time to update notes or other things for that contact. If I push next lead, it will go immediately on to the next lead in the dialer, and now it's going to make an outbound call to the next lead. You'll have all of their information, including notes. You can click on their Google Maps and check their image. I like to pull up a satellite view of the lead while I'm on the phone with them so that I can have an intelligent conversation. Once you're finished, you can hang up. Again, you'll have the disposition and you can select how the call went. If you've finished all of your manual call actions, you'll return back to the manual call page where it will say good work. That's it. I hope this helped you learn how to communicate on the RDT platform. Have an impactful and powerful day.